You're a scam. You can't host shit. There are better YouTubers out there than you. You're a f***ing shit. So I f***ed up my first live stream. Hey, I'm Super Senpai. Today we're going to be talking about live streaming and how I f***ed up my first live stream. It was not pretty. We're going to be talking about the mistakes I made. Hopefully you guys don't make those kind of mistakes. And hopefully learn a thing or two about live streaming and how the community actually works and how to do a proper live stream. FYI, I did get redemption back. I did make a second live stream that fixed all the problems. So it's not like a tragic ending, but you know, we're going to talk about the f*** up. To begin, I had no idea what a live stream was. Well, okay. I assumed a live stream was a person who played video games on YouTube or Twitch and people like to donate money and cheer them on. So turns out I was completely wrong about that. See, back in June, I was actually really popular on YouTube for my Animal Crossing videos, and one of them actually just hit 110,000 views. And at one point, Animal Crossing had an update that was a diving update for the new fishes that a lot of people didn't know about. And we ended up having 400 people watching live, seeing us, cheering us on to get all the complete decks of the museum. And that was a thrilling experience. And I thought to myself, I kind of want to see how far I can go with this. Obviously, I wanted to create a show that was more exciting than 10 minutes of this. So basically I made a show called AC Live where the goal was to make a live stream more engaging than it's ever been before. And especially with Animal Crossing, it's a game that was missing multiplayer. I decided with my team to actually make more multiplayer games out there that people can try after they watch the live stream. Honestly, just create new ways to play Animal Crossing in a more fun way. So we based our first live stream based on the TV show Survivor, which we cannot use the name because our lawyers told us not to. Even though the show is not even similar to the show at all, it has something similar. We just named the grand trial just because of that. Now what I want to build was a non-stop excitement of a TV show that you can control live. I had an epic intro composed by Russ Lando, who is the Survivor theme song creator. So that was a really epic start for us.
What are the lyrics? Do you know what's going down?
It's an ancient Russian circle dance. And they're going, hey lolly lolly. And it's about this lady who decides to leave her group of young gals and instead marries the rich guy in town. And all these ladies are coming up doing a dance around her, yelling up at her window, leave that old guy, come out and play with us and go dance in the circle in the town.
He is, by the way, an awesome guy. I already told him I was going to go get a beer with him and Nikachu. We're going to go hang out in LA one day. 100% best guy. You guys got to follow him on social media. And of course, we added fan voting. Just like the show Survivor, people can vote people off the island. Similar to our game, we want to make sure people can actually feel like they're part of the team. They're controlling the game as we go. I also called up 50 different sponsors to join our program, and 5 of them came back saying that we're interested. We just want to see how the pilot project worked. This seems all great. You got a good show format. It could be totally on television. You got good players. You got potential sponsors. You got great interviews in between so people can keep watching non-stop. It's a win-win for everyone. Sponsors get recognized, players get paid, and we make sure this show keeps running strong. And unfortunately, all of that is the exact reason why this show was f***ed up from the beginning. Don't get me wrong, statistically, we had the best download players playing. We had 1.5k people watching on our mainstream alone. It was doing pretty damn good. We tested the system out for 2 weeks straight to make sure the live streaming capabilities were good because I've never done live streaming before and this kind of magnitude. And we tested the voting system over and over again for over a week to make sure we don't screw up in the voting system. And then I accidentally switched the first 2 players' names in the wrong categories.
No, okay, chat's right. I made a mistake. I put the wrong images on the stream. Okay, that's my fault. Okay.
I f***ed up right there on the spot. So viewers are immediately pissed off at me, and rightfully so. I had to apologize and had to allow re-voting, but the bigger issue with the voting system originates back to the sponsor. See, one of the sponsors was a VPN company, and they said, okay, we are this close to, giving you a contract, but we need you to test out 3 things for us to make sure that we know what the show is capable of handling our brand. I said, okay, I never had a live stream sponsor before. I've had product sponsors, but live stream sponsors is a new thing. I said, I'll do whatever you want. So here are the 3 things the VPN company asked me. Number 1, they want Intermission to have commercials. And I said, okay, you should probably do guest interviews to have interaction with how people think about your brand or think about topics that relate to your brand. That will look pretty good. Our demographic was 18 to 30 years old, so we want to talk about careers, creating your own content online. Those are things that are really interesting to the demographic. Number 2, they wanted us to rename some of the obstacles. For example, VPN gathering hub. It's pretty cool to get a sponsor to sponsor a challenge. Totally fine. I said okay. The third one was the one that brought the most controversy, which was, I need to see monetary value in this whole campaign. I know Super Chat exists. I need you to test out how people will react with Super Chat. I doubt people will be using Super Chat to donate to vote. That was something I was not entirely sure, but I said, why not put it in there? Sure, let's test it out. And of course, all the donations help us cover all the expenses for the show that we create. So this is how voting worked. See, let's say 60% of the fans voted for player A, but 75% of the fans voted for player B. If you add them together, divide by 2, basically player B stays because of the total of the two combinations. Super Chat, however, we made it so that every $1 donated will be an extra percentage towards the player. So let's say $10 were donated, then that means the player will gain an extra 10% to the final total. I'll be honest, I hate when people donate to my live streams, and I had people donate in the past live stream where they said, okay, here's $5, pay attention to me. I'm like, I don't feel right. Like, you can just talk to me in the chat, I'll talk to you. The value you donate to me, I feel like, damn bro, like I gotta say thank you. I gotta give you something back. I can't just say nothing to you. And that's why we did the voting system, where if you donate money to vote for the player, then the player acknowledges saying thank you for putting your efforts to protect me. And that way you are part of the show. You are the one deciding how the show runs. 4 out of 5 trials were decided by the players, not by the Super Chat. So while Super Chat showed dedication for the players, it was more of a guarantee versus actually making a decision until the very last challenge, where it did make a very insane minor change.
Is Can Gaming by 0.2%.
Oh.
Wow.
It was the Swedish dollar that saved Wilbo.
Reality hit, viewers saying, I don't want to spend money and you're abusing us because we care about players and you're making us pay money to keep them on the show as long as they can. While it was completely optional, it wasn't translated properly, and that was on my fault for not communicating that part. During the show and after show, I received direct messages and comments and messages from people calling me a scam. They told me I didn't respect the players. They told me I'm a crook. I use people and I basically should be blocked on YouTube. They told me I should burn in hell as someone even said I should die from coronavirus. I had a lot of comments and a lot of players told me you should never have done that. You should never use Super Chat because players do not want to use Super Chat for voting. That is not what they want at all. I wish that was true. But when we found out at the end of the show, we had approximately $130 donated based on Super Chat alone. And that's unfortunate proof that the sponsors were right. You can monetize Super Chat to make it more aggressive and make players keep wanting to be part of the experience. And that is super crucial for these brands to say, this is where we want to belong. There has to be a middle ground there where players can feel like they're really impactful, yet they didn't feel like that it was a life or death situation. That's something I want to figure out one day. But now let's talk about the intermissions, which on paper, you got 4 all-stars talking. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, that is not how it actually happened. And it's because I actually got the wrong demographic. See, I built the show to be like a TV show commercial break, where people can actually learn more about these experts in the industry.
You know, the home page. So now it's not even really, most people aren't even in their subscriptions tab anymore. A general home page in which the YouTube algorithm determines what they think.
I have viewers comments saying that this guy is a scam because he is making money off of all these interviews. No one paid me to do these interviews. I thought it would be interesting for you guys to watch and learn from these experts. Here's the biggest problem with the intermission. I made them so I would be interested in watching them, not what the viewers were. I realized 80% of the viewers were 18 plus. Let's be honest, most of the users are not 18 plus. Like, anyone ever tells the truth what your age is. Even when I make a profile online, I don't even put my real birthday because I don't even care. I don't want anybody to know my real birthday. And I found out majority of the people who watched the live stream were under 18. Even though they said they were 18 on YouTube, which no one ever tells about the real age, that meant they probably didn't see the show Survivor. That means they probably don't care about finding a career because they're busy trying to get back into school, getting everything ready, trying to see friends, trying to make sure they know what's going to happen next. They want engagement instantly. They don't want to wait for commercial breaks for the next thing to see the people they love playing. They just want to see the people they love playing. The viewers were getting angry with me. Half of the reason why I didn't respond was because focus on players. But the reality is, you were always told this at school. Ignore the haters. Yeah, no, that snowballed everything to really bad situations. By the time I acknowledged that and apologized, it was too late. I lost about 30% of the chat at that moment. And a few haters stayed on just to keep calling me a scam every single 5 minutes. But like, they do realize their views do help out with our SEO, so thanks, bro. So the question is, should I have responded to the fans immediately? Yes, of course. Yes. Oh my god, Omi, what the is wrong with you? Do you not like? Oh my god, do you not know you live streaming? Number one rule is with the fans. I don't understand why you did. Omi. Some of the players refused to speak to me and literally just left off saying that I had a horrible experience. I don't blame them. I started working on my Discord. I invited more viewers to join to give me their honest feedback to show how to improve. One of my viewers was named Blake. He was with me for my very first live stream with the diving one. I asked him, how would you rate my show? He gave me a D+, and I'm like, but I gave you intermissions. I gave you a show where you could vote. I gave you all the exciting ways to play Animal Crossing, and I gave you all the best players. What went wrong? And he said, you didn't respect the viewers. And that made me think, holy I didn't. The way I felt I built my show was a one-sided mirror. You could see what we're doing, but we couldn't hear you. So I decided to watch a few live streamers. Crossing Life was one I sat down for 20 minutes. I watched the stream. I started looking at the comments, and all of them were just encouraging each other. They're all talking to each other. And Crossing Life kept asking, what else should I do? How do I improve this? How are you guys doing today? I wasn't watching. I felt like I was there. Then I decided to watch Nikachu. And for 10 minutes, he did not even play Animal Crossing. Even though he was playing Animal Crossing, he was talking to his viewers, asking how their day were. One of the viewers was having a troublesome time in their life, and Nikachu kept saying, it's okay. Tough times are in life. Everyone's supported with each other. And he kept talking, not as a host, not as a streamer, as a friend. It had nothing to do with what was on the screen. It was about what was in the chat. It was about how the community was feeling. And looking back, I didn't even humanize myself. I forced myself on a script. I asked questions on a script. I didn't interact with the viewers. I just wanted to finish the show as fast as I can without making mistakes, not enjoying the moment with the viewers, with the players. So now we identified the major mistakes in the live stream, and here are 5. We're going to recap for you guys to, well, never again. Number 1, I made technical mistakes. Happens, move on. There's always going to be that 2% chance that it's going to his life. Number 2, you should always think of the players more than your sponsors. Had I explained this better? How did I change the voting? Had I emphasized to all the players, I need your opinions on how this should work? The show would have been completely different and possibly better. One of the challenges 4 of the players couldn't do because they didn't unlock the game full enough.
If people are not time traveling, they don't have any of the golden tools.
That was my fault for assuming they got the golden pail, which I assume most players did. Man, I am an overachiever. Guest speakers are nice, but you should always bring people that the fans actually give about. Any moment that you don't talk to the fans, you lose them. And especially when you do these kind of challenges, players are so focused on the challenges they don't talk to their fans. This is the moment where you need to go back and talk to your fans, interact with them, because they want to get the reciprocal saying, hey, huddle up, this is our timeout. We're gonna do this, we're gonna get the game plan going, huddle up, let's go. And it's important now to have real people because nobody knows what's an ad versus what's real. And to be honest, I don't even know what's an ad and what's real these days online. Number 4, obviously the chat. You need to listen, you need to watch the chat. That is the most important rule throughout all live streaming. And finally, the viewers. All great streamers create a community live. They talk to their fans, they catch up, they know what's up with their fans, and they can recognize usernames left and right. The whole screen can be blank as long as the host is charismatic and talks to the viewers. That's all that matters, especially during the lockdown across the world we had. This is the power of live streaming. Having your friend far away. So you might be asking, what happened after? Well, I gave up. Well, of course not. If you follow my channel, I did AC Live Season 2. I want to create a brand new show that fit with everything I learned. And I had the help of my Discord, my team, my ISO squad. So let's get back to the problems we talked about before. Number 1, technical problems. I got one of our isopods, Slime, to join us to be my assistant director. So every time we did one of the tasks, every time we did one of the challenges, he will help re-explain the challenges, he helped set up the challenges while we were getting ready for the intermission breaks. It was the right decision and we solved the majority of our problems. Except we at the end where we forgot to change one of the screens there, so they get like the 2%.
You are the winners, Cora and Ash Snapham. Congrats on winning Animal Crossing Tag Team Showdown.
Yes, amazing.
At the time though.
Oh shoot, I did not. Oh,
The new Grand.
I didn't show the stream about what we're doing. Okay, that was my fault. Okay, we're gonna redo everything one more time.
Oh.
2%. Every live stream's going the 2%. Number 2, I made sure the players had their voices heard. I showed them the whole show. I showed them the whole process. I showed them where their intermissions are going to be so they can answer questions to their viewers, and or if they weren't getting interviewed, they can actually respond back to their viewers on their own private channel. We also changed the voting system, and I know people didn't like it at the end, but it's still a working process. Basically, instead of the person getting the most votes is the second one and the third one, so we forced a little bit of conversation with the chats like, okay, if we really like this person, we shouldn't all be voting for this person. We should vote for the other person so they get the most points, and then therefore they get 0 points for voting. That didn't work out because apparently chat just wanted to vote no matter what, but the weighting of the points were less, so that kind of fixed our problem. Now, number 3, we said screw the sponsors, because I know the VPN said, okay, we'll give you a minor contract and then we can see if we keep growing, but I said to all the sponsors, I don't think the show's worth it right now. And people will be saying stupid for saying that, but I like putting a good show, and I like putting something I believe in before I can say to anyone else, you should believe in me too. This is the show I wanted, not the first show. The first show was a huge mistake because I didn't understand the demographic or the show completely. We had each of the players individually take their time to get interviewed by our team for a few questions and the viewers, and it was a great time. Players got to tell stories, they showed their human side. Like, I strongly recommend, if you have time to watch that part of the live stream, you should 100% watch it.
And I actually met my husband through New Leaf tweets. I was tweeting about Animal Crossing me, and he was like, hey, we'll be best friends.
Well, that's how you get girls these days. Twitter.
Yeah.
This is why Eli needs Twitter, so that he can meet more people.
A moment where, like, I felt terrible, absolutely terrible with how I looked in the cosplay when I first put it on, but I wore it to a convention for the very first time and everyone loved it, and then I posted it online and everyone was so incredibly supportive, and I think that's like the biggest testament to where I always try to push my followers that like, even if you aren't confident in something, even if you were scared that people aren't going to like it, to just put, like, no matter what, just put the content out there and see what happens.
Everyone is looking absolutely fancy. Everyone is having a good time. I hope you're all having an amazing stream, because otherwise, well, that's also alright.
It is really amazing to hear the stories of how everyone got into YouTube, how they got into streaming, and more importantly is how much you guys should watch their channels, because they are incredible people. They, even without their YouTube channel, these people you could call best friends. Every single intermission felt like we were writing a story about the player. It felt like it was never seen before on the other channels, because you are part of the story. You are asking questions. You are learning more about people you care about. And I was very happy about that. And number 5, everyone had the chance to win. Everyone got to hang out with their fans. People were cheering them on throughout the whole way. Some of the fans never seen these players before have become new fans of these players. I felt like the contestants also, some of them didn't know each other. They became new friends, they became new bonding. All the changes we did and all the things we listened to our players, it felt like from beginning to end, it was just a hangout with friends that haven't seen each other for a long time. And that's the beauty of a good live stream. You make some great memories with some amazing friends. I guess the final question is, what's next for Super Senpai? And honestly, I don't know. And we're good, okay. It's been 5 months since I actually recorded the earlier part of the video, and a lot of things have changed. For one, I'm trying to build my own new computer because my laptop just died, so that's rough. And with COVID, a lot of local businesses I knew, I had to go help them out with their marketing plans and outputs so they can survive during COVID. I'm sorry it's been a long time since I actually finished this part of the video, but things have changed a lot, and with 2021 now finally here, hopefully everything's going to get brighter. So what I want to tell all the contestants who are on the show, all the people who are streaming, you have to play by the algorithm. You gotta post daily, you gotta post weekly, you gotta make sure you're engaging all the time, 24/7 cameras on you. And it's exhausting, it's tiring, and it's to a point where you're running out of ideas and you're not sure what to do. And it's, as Shelly said before about YouTube, if you're not on the front page, no one's gonna watch you. And That's why we gotta play the daily, weekly game to make sure we appear there more often. So you guys shout out to some of the streamers like Goodbye Eli, Nikachu, Crossing Live. They work their hearts off to make sure they have a show ready for you guys as much as they can. And as for myself, I was really turned off of streaming again because of the first show where one viewer said, I hope you die of coronavirus. And that's really messed up. But then I started streaming for Halloween. Then I streamed for Thanksgiving. Then I streamed for Christmas, and I just felt like I was just hanging out with friends every time I streamed, and I just stopped caring about the numbers and just enjoy the moment. That's why we stream. The moment's what we want to get, and we just want to enjoy it with everyone we can. That's why I'm here. That's why I make videos, because I love making good memories. So if you're thinking about streaming or you're not too sure if you want to continue streaming, just enjoy the moment. Not everyone's going to be a star, but you can make a difference in someone's life just by hanging out with them for a day. Especially how our world is. We need a few more friends out there for each other. I just hope you guys learned something new from this video so you guys don't make the same mistakes I do while streaming, and you guys can make some big shows, small shows, doesn't matter. Just have fun and live the moment. That's why we stream. It's to get those moments. And if you want to start streaming or you're still a little small streaming, go holler at me in the comments. Go holler at me in Discord, Instagram, doesn't matter. I'll follow you guys. It's fun to make new friends out there. We're in this together, so let's have some fun. Also, for you trolls out there,